Time now for our daily truth check. Truth or fake, for which I'm joined by James Creedon. James,
hi, Tom.
In association with the France 24 Observers. Welcome to us. Now, the presidents of Russia and France met yesterday in Moscow. Lots of speculation, of course, and it's very much our top story about Russia's plans vis-à-vis Ukraine. You've been looking at some of the fake news circulating on this very topic.
That's right. So our journalists Aude Degev and Arthur Bamas have been looking at some of the fake news stories that are circulating around all of the speculation, and they came across two videos that have been getting quite a bit of traction on social media. First one is on TikTok. Let's take a look. And what we should hear here is the gunfire, right? So this is a pretty scary image if you're to sort of buy into the fears, or if you're concerned about Russia invading Ukraine. What the video was saying is that this was a small Ukrainian town, and that the Russian invasion had basically begun. So if you see that, that's pretty worrying stuff, because we know it could also kick off a huge confrontation geopolitically and whatnot. In any case, if you put the keywords of that, it was actually one of the tweets was in Spanish, and the original video was from Russia Today. So RT Militaire Russos. And if you scroll down through it, you eventually find this video. And so it's not that complicated sometimes to do your own research. If you see a video that you find a little bit questionable, just put the keywords into a search engine, and you may well be able to ascertain the truth of it. In any case, this was in Syria in 2019, and it was a military training exercise in Aleppo. It was actually a real confrontation, rather, excuse me, not a training exercise, in Aleppo. So there you go, nothing to do with the current situation. There was also a second video that our observers team have been taking a look at. This time, a video of Putin showing off a new nuclear toy, right? And so this was seemingly at an event, and so there was no mention of the temporality or the time involved. If you do a reverse image search, this time using the Russian search engine Yandex, it threw up more results than Google, this being a Russian story. And indeed, you can connect this back to a speech that he gave in 2018. It was indeed nuclear missiles, but it wasn't right now, as the drums of war are sort of beating.
Okay.
There you go, two fake videos circulating.
Okay, and you've been looking at a story about the intersection of fake news and music. What's this about?
All right. Well, I'll get to it in just a moment. But first off, these images, Tom, we were seeing a lot of this yesterday. So there was a lot of these are the actual images that were being put up on social media. So there was quite a degree of fake images, but I think everybody knew that that wasn't the real moment, right?
It was a very long table, but it wasn't that long.
It wasn't quite that long. In any case, in the context of that and the fact that it was quite a chilly meeting, there was one piece of fake news that was circulating. It's been circulating since the 25th of January, in fact, about whether or not Vladimir Putin recently snubbed Emmanuel Macron and refused to shake his hand. You can see there in that video that he goes past Emmanuel Macron to shake Angela Merkel's hand directly. Now, the idea being that the relations are so frosty that this is just another example of it. That has been proven fake a number of times. Those are images that go back to 2018 for the centenary of the end of World War I. Now, also music. I think you were mentioning it. Let's take a look at these pictures that have been circulating a lot online as well. There's been quite a few examples of it. And Vladimir Putin sits down to play the piano. And if we can have the sound on that. The air to that song is White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, right? And the lyrics are, I'm going to fight them all, a seven nation army couldn't hold me back. Now, if Vladimir Putin was really playing that right now, that'd be pretty kind of bizarre choice of music and a pretty provocative choice of music. But let's take a look at the real pictures, because again, if you do a little bit of sleuthing, you can realise that this was not the case. So let's take a look at the real footage. This was in 2017, just prior to a meeting with Xi Jinping.
Is he playing Mary Has a Little Lamb? What's that?
I'm not sure what he's playing, but whatever he's playing, he's not playing it very well. So one should, he probably is better off sticking with being a...
He'd better call a piano tuner as well, I think.
So there you go. It was very easy, I suppose, to edit in a more concerning musical choice, but that's maybe even more alarming than the fake news.
I think it is, actually. I'm calling the piano tuner after this and sending this to Moscow. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Tom.
James Creedon, that was today's edition of Truth or Fake.